The 2013-14 legislative session is underway in Pennsylvania, and members of the General Assembly are back in Harrisburg. State Representative Matt Gabler from the 75th Legislative District is entering his third term in office and has received his, as we say, his marching orders. Representative, what committees have you been assigned to this term?
Well, it's great to be back. I'm really honored that the citizens of the 75th District gave me an opportunity to come back for a third time and work on their behalf, and I think we got a great session ahead of us. I'm fortunate to have three of the same committees that I had last session, which I've built up a bit of an understanding of and a bit of a background on, and so it's great to be able to continue that work. Those three committees are Environmental Resources and Energy, State Government, and Finance. And these are, in my opinion, very important committees to our area, especially we've got a lot of environmental resource development in our area, so staying with that committee, which this will be my third term on that committee, is very important. I think it's very helpful, especially with the number of members from the northwestern part of the state that will continue to serve on that committee as well. It's a great group of people to work with. On the State Government Committee, it's going to be a great opportunity to continue working on some very interesting and important issues. Especially we're going to have the questions about pensions coming up this year, and that will really fall in between both the State Government and the Finance Committee, which I serve on both. And other questions about tax policy, about how we can make our state more competitive and more user-friendly. I'm looking forward on these committees to continuing to work toward that direction.
You've also been assigned a new committee this year, tourism.
That's right, and I'm very excited to be joining this committee. We're always eager to tell our story about how great Pennsylvania is, and especially our area with the Pennsylvania wilds, with the great tourism initiatives we've had with the elk, with the outdoors, and with some of the great communities we have. And so to be able to join the tourism committee, to be able to go around the state and work on coming up with the best way we can tell our story about how great our area is, in addition to continuing to work on those bills that that can make Pennsylvania more attractive to people to come and to spend their money here and develop our local businesses and our local jobs.
Looking back for just a second, from a legislative perspective or a legislation perspective, the last session was a pretty good one for you individually, was it not?
It was. I'm very honored to say that there were three bills that I personally authored that not only got passed by the House but also by the Senate and to the governor's desk and signed into law. And actually on the tourism realm, we had House Bill 2151, which provides for a new permit called a vintage snowmobile permit, which there was a lot of people that have been asking about that. That actually went through the Tourism Committee last year. It was one of 5 bills that committee passed that got signed into law. I was proud as a non-member of that committee to be able to get that bill through, and that was something that snowmobile enthusiasts across the state have been happy to see. In addition to that, I was able to pass 2 bills that had a kind of a veterans theme to them. The first was a bill that helps county Veterans Affairs directors to receive the training and the support that they need. It was House Bill 755, signed into law, as well as a tweak to the liquor code, believe it or not, that actually made our laws more understandable and more clear when it comes to products that can be purchased in stores on military posts, and was able to clean up that language to clarify something that was previously incorrect.
We're only a few weeks into this new session, but you do have some legislation already up and rolling, do you not?
I have a few co-sponsor memos out. I've got more coming in the coming weeks, but I've got a lot of great plans for the coming session. Bills dealing with stormwater management, which our municipalities are really asking for. There's some onerous state requirements that really need to be backed off, and that's one thing that my bill will do. I've got the Firearms Freedom Act, which is something that with some current events is very timely and very important, dealing with some of the debate that's going on in Washington. We take very seriously the rights that we have as Pennsylvanians and the rights that we hold at the state level to protect the rights of citizens to keep and bear arms in defense of themselves. And so that's a bill that I'm going to be prioritizing very much. We've got a number of other local issues. There's a couple of proposed injection wells, and as I've reviewed some of the laws at the state level, I think that we need to get a little bit more on the ball, and I'm in the coming weeks going to be bringing something forward to bring Pennsylvania a little bit more up to speed on the appropriate regulations that we need to have into effect when we're talking about injection wells coming into our communities and making sure that we're exercising the proper oversight that we can at the state level. We also have a couple of bills that I think will need to be discussed regarding the Game Commission. We have the elk license auction is sunsetting this coming year, and so we will need to put legislation in to make sure that that gets reauthorized. as well as there's been some discussion about some of the, there's a statutory prohibition on the types of firearms that that the Game Commission is allowed to permit. Other states have released some of these prohibitions because as technology has advanced, they've found that these are acceptable. And so we will be looking at a bill to give the Game Commission the authority to make decisions based on science, not just simply based on statutory prohibitions. And then finally, in the Finance Committee, I've got a couple of bills that would deal with making our tax code and our state taxes a bit more fair, both dealing with our tax forgiveness program and some things dealing with our sales taxes. So I've got a number of great ideas that I'm going to be working on getting into writing and getting out there, and then it's a matter of working on getting things done on behalf of the citizens of Pennsylvania.
If you have questions on this or any other legislative topic, we'll show you Representative Gabler's contact information in a few seconds. I'm Scott Little. Thanks for spending 5 minutes with State Representative Matt Gabler.